Okay, I think we should be up and running. Let's see if I can make this work properly. See if I can do it a bit quicker than normal. Got a lot of energy today, which is good. Might not sound like it, but okay. How do I do this again? Oh yeah, do this. Just setting things up. Okay, does that work? Please. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Okay, that should be working. See if people start joining the chat. That's showing up for me, which is great. Now how do I share this? Share. Do that there. Okay, perfect. Okay, Iron 23. How's it going? Yeah, you can literally just send me a challenge on chess.com as you normally would, as in here's my username. Sorry, I'm just messing with the mic. Hopefully the sound is good, by the way. Goose, if you're gonna send the challenge, can we keep it to blitz unrated with increment, please? That would be fantastic. Thank you. Oh, let me make sure my sound's off here. There we go. There we go. Hi to everybody just joining. We have our first challenge. Star Moha. 5-star Moha, even. Okay, we can obviously... Well, we could pre-move c6. We could actually pre-move knight f6. Let's do that. Why not? Oh, no, don't be disconnecting on me. Don't be disconnecting. There we go. Oh, well, I was kind of hoping for d4, to be honest. I have no idea how to play an Alekine's defense, but we can certainly try. We can certainly try. Hi to everybody joining. Say hi in the chat. See who's here. Okay, we'll play a Vienna then. We'll play a Vienna. See if my opponent knows the theory with pawn to f4. Yes, he does. Okay, so we'll play d5, which is the mainline response for black. And, I mean, I have this position from the white side in loads of my videos on my channel, so this should look very familiar to any consistent viewers of the channel. Hello to everybody joining. Say hi in the chat. And yeah, so basically, white has to take on e5, really. Pretty much every other move here kind of just sucks. For example, if you take on d5, I'm pretty sure we play e4. I believe that's the move. Just shoving the pawn into the e4 square, not allowing knight to f3. Because, yeah, taking here I don't think is good. If I'm correct. Taking here I don't think is good. I believe the move is e4. And I suppose we can support the pawn with bishop f5. Whoa. Przemysław Hillenberg. I'm definitely mispronouncing that, but hiya. Good to see you. I'm trying to stream at a few different times of day because I have people from all over the world watching the channel, so hopefully you can give different people a chance to join the stream and chat live and play live. L_, how's it going, mate? Well, I'm just going to call you Hillenberg if that's all right, because I don't know how to pronounce that. But thank you, mate. I'm glad that it's useful for you. Very, very glad. I mean, that's the whole point. So yeah, my opponent's taking an awful long time about this move, which is obviously only good for us. Okay, pawn d3. Is that a move? Okay, that's interesting. So if I take, the center opens up, and to be honest, I kind of like that for white. So I feel like I shouldn't be opening up the center. bishop b4 looks very natural, pinning the knight. So if takes, I have takes with pressure. Bishop to f5, Casa. Okay, Casa works, even though it's nothing like your name on the YouTube, though. But Casa's fine, yeah. Bishop f5 looks okay, but after take, I'm not really sure what we're doing there. So, yeah, I'm going to go bishop to b4. I don't know this theory, because I mean, I play it from the white side, and with the white pieces, I don't take on d5, I take on e5, because that is the better move. But in fairness, I don't actually know why taking on d5 is bad. I just don't do it, because I know it's bad, but I don't know why it's bad. So, yeah, maybe this is why. I hope so. Hope so. How long will I be streaming, Avinash? Don't know. Maybe an hour or two, something like that. A3. Okay. I don't think that's particularly concerning. I assume I have to take, so let's go ahead and take. Because otherwise, why did I put my bishop on b4 if I'm not willing to give it up? And then after takes, I think we can just take on d5 with the queen. We win our pawn back. We have better development. We're ready to castle. We have very easy development of the rest of our pieces, so I'm very happy. Okay, let's go queen to d4, hitting the rook. And also this diagonal is obviously very weak. And there's no bishop to e3. Okay, well that's a free rook. And my opponent is very, very low on time. I assume he might not have actually seen the line that we played, and he resigns. GG. I actually made a mistake there. I want to have a quick look at that. Mr. M, I assume that was you? Good game, mate. I have never seen E takes d5, which is a mistake. But I played e4, which is not actually the best. Taking like this is good. See, I couldn't understand. Okay, well, what's the point of this? Then I assume I take on c3, no? Knight c3, dc3, queen h4, and then you have to play king d2, because if g3, then there's this. So, after e4, which is slightly inaccurate, d3, yeah, okay. Bishop b4 is actually the only move. It is the only move, and then, yeah. This is also not good. Castling's better. Very interesting, okay. Challenges are pouring in, and also the chat is filling up. Love to see it. No, GG, Mr. M. Aman, how's it going, mate? You're a bit of a regular. Suda is actually Viv. We've played Viv many times in previous lives, and I just play against him generally as well. Okay, let's go. Iron Client. Is that Hong Kong? Yeah, it's Hong Kong. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, love to hear it, Casa. The Caro is obviously unreal, and today's video in the Hillbilly attack was, I mean, relatively easy, to be fair. My opponent completely misplayed it. Okay, this is a really important line of the Caro to know. Some people will recommend bishop g4 here. Don't play knight b to d7, guarding your knight, because knight to d6 would be checkmate. And here, the position is bad for black, unless you play queen to d5. This is kind of like a forced queen trade line for black, as in black has to go for a queen trade here. Otherwise, white just has way too much space and way too much activity. But I mean, I've played this exact line quite a few times on the channel before. And yeah, I actually have scored really, really well with it. I think I beat like a 2400 or something in this line with black, which I mean is pretty good. Yeah, take is good for us because then we get the two central pawns. We get the bishop out with tempo. So I assume c3, and then we can go e6. We could go knight to c6. It's just very, very nice, very easy. Showcasing Hillbilly Attack was nice. It's quite popular on low elo. Yeah, Sturm, definitely it is. Quite. Oh, is that? No, I'm actually okay. I was concerned I'd messed up, but I do have rook to c8. Although I probably shouldn't have allowed this, to be fair. But yeah, the Hillbilly is very popular, at lower elo. So I think I was saying that in the video, and I was like, pay attention, because a lot of you are going to face this a lot, and it's not good. Like, it's not a good opening, so make sure you're punishing your opponents for playing it. Okay, now we break the pin. The knight is free to move, although my opponent gets this lovely knight on e5. Which, I mean, isn't the end of the world. His dark squared bishop kind of sucks, though, because so many of his pawns are on dark squares. Should I take? I think I'm going to, just because it's really strong. I'm expecting this, and then I'll play bishop back. Go bishop back to e7, and we'll just play chess. We'll play chess. Very even position, but I think our goal is clear. Okay, that's fine. We'll trade. Let's go b5, take some space on the queen side. This is the classic minority attack in the Caro-Kann. First thing in the morning. Oh my god. First thing in the morning. Where would you be then? In America, I would guess. Kunst, good to see you. Yeah, the hillbilly. We hate the hillbilly. I mean, we love facing it, but if any of you play the hillbilly, then we're going to be having words. When is it okay to play e5 in the Caro? Do you mean from the black side? For the black side, playing e5, you often will play e5, and after d takes, knight takes, you'll have like an isolated d5 pawn, and that sometimes is okay, especially in like the exchange variation. But it's a matter of taste, I think. I don't think there's really many times where you actually have to play it. Yeah, now we get to push b4, and this is looking very nice, because all of our pawns over here, we have the classic Caro-Kann structure. They're all very, very solid. And then over here, the pawns are much weaker. We have open lines against them. And I mean, the king isn't just sitting guarding them like ours is. It's having to be guarded by pieces, which is not ideal. And hopefully this b2 pawn can become a weakness. Okay, can I do this? b3. Take, take, take. No, that's no good. I could go pawn to b3 myself, to be fair. And then shift the focus to the a file, which is interesting. But I feel like it's easier just to go rook b8 and just allow this mass trade, because d4 and b2 will end up very weak at the end of the line. Josh, you're the couch. Oh, from last live, I assume you mean. Okay, that's interesting. I assume he's maybe building up for c4, so we should stop that while applying more pressure to c3. We can keep the tension a little bit. You know, the first 5 normal theory moves versus the hillbilly, they fall apart at move 2 usually. I feel like you can just play very normal moves like knight f6, bishop f5, etc. And you don't really have to do anything complicated. Niraj, I assume is how you say it. How's it going, mate? How's it going? Learn chess with Pranay. What's up? Why does chat go dead silent when I'm playing and calls me a cheater / smurf? I don't think anyone does. I hope not. Okay, let's take. And let's infiltrate with rook c3. b4, yeah. I suppose we should probably stop the pawn from advancing and threaten rook c4. And as I was saying, like, the white pawns on the queen side are just really, really weak. They're incredibly weak. Okay, let's go rook c4 while we have the opportunity. Otherwise, the king is going to get involved and guard this pawn, and then both rooks will guard this. So we're not going to allow that. Also, watch for back rank mate. Watch for back rank mate. So let's go g6, give my king some breathing room. And here, it's a rook endgame, and we're only up 1 pawn. This is one of those situations where it could very well be a theoretical draw, not the king and pawn endgame, though. I was going to say, we could probably still grind it out, even if it is a theoretical draw. But now, with the rooks off the board, it should be completely winning. It should be completely winning. Yeah, no, you can't do that. Then I'll just do this, and then my king is going to run over to the queen side, and the white king is not going to be able to come too close, because I'm just going to throw this pawn down the board, and the white king just can't get back in time. And then if the king went over here, I would leave the pawn on h5 and bring my king around. So, yeah, GG. Very good game, Iron Client. Very interesting game. Avoid Audio. Greetings from Groningen, Netherlands. How's it going, mate? I assume Garg was a little sus. Then he deleted his message when I blundered. Oh, yeah. Well, I assume you're not actually like 200 elo, but Alex, I'm 14, rated 1400 blitz. At a crazy game versus Magnus bot ended in a draw. Do many of you guys like actually play against the bots? I never really like see a point of it. System players, syntax era. How's it going? I am of course loyal to the Caro. How do you choose your opponents for streaming? People literally just send challenges. So like I have like I don't know 15 challenges right now, and then I kind of just pick one at random. So yeah. Okay. Let's go for the next game. Let's go Pranay. Let's go Pranay. All right, e4. What have we got? Are we gonna have a Caro? No, we have a Scandi. Okay, and he's gonna play this line, in which case I like bishop to b5 check, which is a bit of a tricky way to play this position. This is definitely quite a good opening for black, and he goes for the gambit. All right. This is very bold. Super bold. And kind of what I like to do is play really passively in these sorts of positions. I like to go c3, d4, if I can. And yeah, people might think I'm going to play passively because I'm most likely going to bring the bishop back to e2. I didn't think e5 was possible, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. I thought I had something like queen a4 here, because now I'm threatening to take. Oh, no, you can take, though, because I can't take because of this. So I'm... Yeah, okay, that's a little bit of a miss, to be fair. Not ideal. But it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Yeah, it is a chance that you can play, of course. Hey, I'd like to play later if you want. Well, it is literally at random. Literally at random. 13.5 years old. Is 1569 peak in rapid good? Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. Okay, I've got to admit, this isn't a particularly comfortable position. Not very pleased with it, but we'll make the best of what we've got. Let's go d4, because I think that we need to try to instigate a bit. We also have the option of taking whenever we want, but yeah, I'm just going to hold off on that for the time being. Now we get the c3 square. You also can't take because of this, so I don't have to respond. I can't play this because of this, so I should probably play knight to c3. Maybe rook to d8. That might force me to take, because you'll be... Well, no, that is defended, actually. But I don't know, if I retreat my bishop to like e2 and then b5, then yeah, d4 is going to fall. So probably not a good idea. This looks like a good move to me. We're up a pawn, but I mean, it doesn't really feel like it, does it? Because it sucks. It is terrible. Okay, let's go rook to g1. Let's try and create some counterplay. Ooh, okay. Well, let's stop my opponent from castling. To be honest, I might just do this. I might just do that. That was my plan. So I think I'm going to do that because I don't see another option. Again, the bishop can't be taken because I'll take the rook, and I'll be completely winning. Queen d6. I'm not sure what that does. I'm really not sure what that does. I mean, you hit d4, but I suppose I'll just queenside castle. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're still up a pawn, and this position's looking decent. Okay, rook c8 now played. So now you are threatening this. Again, if I move my bishop, then b5 comes with tempo. d4 probably falls, so I think I have to take. After a3, what about... Sorry, a123. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. Takes... I feel like I should keep the queen on the board. But then again, this is kind of scary. So, I could go king to b1 and invite this. I'm not sure if that's any good. No, I think I'll take. I think I'll take. And then I want to push d5. I think this is interesting. Because this looks very natural, but then I think I have this kind of idea. Although, of course, keeping black from castling is also very good, because then this rook can't get into the game. Bobby, found my channel, love your videos, hope I might be able to calculate like you one day. Yeah, calculation is definitely one of those things in chess where it takes a lot of concentration, a fair amount of just consistency with getting good at the skill of calculation. But your chess will dramatically improve once you learn how to do it. And I think we're getting a very good position now, because my whole point was to play d6. This was my entire idea. And now, something like this, I can give a check, king here, I can give a check again if I want. And we may only be up a pawn, and like I said, our extra pawn is not particularly impressive, right? But we have so much activity. Evan, what are you on about? You versus Will Taylor chess. What rating is Will Taylor? What rating is he? It might be a fairly even match. I don't know. Okay, that's interesting. So I assume if bishop to e5, then bishop to f6. That's a cool idea. I like that. If I take, then take. And I'm not sure I'm doing all that well. Although maybe I have knight to d5. Take. Oh no, knight d5, then knight controls that square, so it doesn't work. No, that's pretty nice from my opponent. I could play bishop back to h2. And then on bishop f6, play a move like knight d5 or knight e4. I think I like that. Just keep the tension. Okay, yeah, no, this check doesn't really do anything, I don't think. I mean, I suppose you move with tempo, which makes sense. But I'd argue the bishop's going to have to move again anyway, especially after a move like knight e4, which I'll likely play. Oh, that's also very cool. My opponent's being very resourceful. Very, very resourceful. Okay, let's take. Let's go knight here. Maybe I could have given a check. But then again, if you castle, then this looks pretty good. Oh no, I still have this anyway, actually. So, yeah, this is very... Oh no, this is completely winning now. Yeah, now I just have knight f6, and the rook is out of squares. Free bishop. Wait, did I just miss a free bishop? Did I? Wait, where was the free bishop? No, but if I take the bishop, he takes my bishop. When bishop checks. Why is that a free bishop? Oh my god, yeah. This rook, yeah. Oh my days. That's so dumb. No, okay, yes, chat. That was just a free bishop, and I completely missed it. That's hilarious. Okay. Luckily, it hasn't massively changed the outcome of the game. But that's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. Okay, let's just exchange the pawns, and yeah, we'll just march up. Oh, that is hilarious. Okay. You know, decent chess players. Maybe I'm a decent chess player. Who knows? Maybe not so much after that. Miss obvious things, especially when they're trying to talk to chat. I'm not blaming you, chat, but like, you know, y'all thinking that's a baddie hung a knight against me. Yeah, for real. I do make a lot of mistakes, but, you know, as does any player. So, yeah, okay, anyway. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Okay, GG, Pranay. Very interesting game. Yeah, I often struggle against the Scandinavian, to be honest. I think this line is just very good for white, though. C3 isn't the best. I assume I should just castle. Yeah, I should just castle. And what I like is after I move like queen to b6, what I was referencing at the start of the game is that I can just bring the bishop back to e2 and play a very passive setup like this, but it's relatively easy to play in my opinion. Like just d3, knight c3, very, very normal stuff. Okay, okay. Good game. Let's jump into this against Clay Jadon. Alright, of course we're going to go c6. My opponent's playing a very strange system. What is this? Okay. Some kind of weird English thing, that's fine. I'm a weird Englishman anyway. And I just play it very much like a Slav / Karo Khan. I like h6 to give my bishop some breathing room so that knight h4 doesn't win the bishop. You just go bishop to e7, get castled. Very, very, very easy. Let's go a5 just to take a bit of space. Yeah, okay, that's not a problem. Let's develop the knight. Hi to everybody joining the stream, by the way. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying so far. Rook c1, yeah, it's a normal move, b5 is kind of interesting. I don't think it's that good, though. This could become weak in the future, but for now it's fine. Let's go rook e8. Maybe I'll push for e5. Maybe I'll drop the bishop back. Whoa, what is that? What does that do? Defend the bishop? Do you want to go queen c1? This is just a really weird move. I don't get it. Okay, let's go bishop to f8. Yo, Code Forces, bruv, can you chill out? Can you chill out? You're going to get timed out for that, because that's just ridiculous. Yeah, he's getting timed out. Okay, oh, queen a1 is the idea. Well, I'm defending g7 anyway, so that's not a problem. That's not a problem. I do like the move e5, but I suppose queen a1 also stops that for the time being. I'm gonna go b5. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I do have to be very aware this diagonal could open up, though, so I don't want to allow that, of course. Played equal game, crumbled under pressure in the end game. Iron 23. Yeah, that's often how it goes against higher rated players, to be honest. I mean, in an over the board tournament I had a few months ago, I basically played, I think, 2 or 3 FMs, and I think in basically all the games, I got decent positions. I got very, very playable positions, equal or better, and I just crumbled in the end game. I just absolutely crumbled under the pressure. It happens. That's also a very good move. I didn't consider that. If bishop g6, knight to b5, yeah, I don't really have anything there. Queen b6, take. Doesn't look pretty, but I guess I don't have much of a choice. Dice chess? What is dice chess? Okay. We'll open this up. Maybe f4 is a possibility. This is still a very playable position. I should probably play a move like rook c8 at some point. Do you play over the board? Yeah, I do play over the board. I'm rated 2000 in ECF, which is English Chess Federation rating, which is the same as FIDE, but it costs way more money to get games FIDE rated, so we don't do it much in England because I guess we're just really stingy. Okay. Yeah, let's go rook a to c8, get off of this diagonal. If takes, I always have this, so that's not a problem. Yeah, I mean, our pawn structure does suck, but it's not the end of the world. Evan, I don't know what you're on about, to be honest. You kind of just keep saying the same thing, so I'm kind of just not paying attention. Alright, how should we go about this? How should we do this? I'm going to go bishop e7. Which is an odd move, but I'm trying to just give this knight a bit of support. And then I want to play knight c5. The point is, if I played that immediately, my opponent would just take and ruin my structure entirely. Do I have this? I think I do. If you take, then take. My knight isn't trapped. Well, it kind of is, but I have this here. Interesting. Rook c8, bishop takes. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. This is really interesting. And my knight's kind of holding the center together, which is very useful. We're up a pawn for the time being. Knight d4, hitting this and this. Okay. Let's do this. I don't see an issue with that. He's also stopping knight c2. I should probably grab this while I have the chance. Rook takes. Can I play a4? I don't know. a4 rook here. Yeah, I'm just going to lose the pawn anyway. Knight c2. Yeah, I'm going to play it. I know that I'm not defending f5, but I also think there's bigger issues. Let's take. Let's come back. Materials equal. I'm definitely worse, though. Okay, I might be able to hold the endgame. This endgame is potentially holdable. My opponent is playing really, really well. Because of the opposite colored bishops, I may be able to hold. Whoa, what is going on my screen? Okay. Let's just keep an eye on the pawn. This is the issue here. No, I've messed up. I've messed up. Yeah. Bishop e7 seems to be the only move to disconnect. This is not good. Really not good. And I've got no time either. That's great. Alright, let's play very passive defense, I suppose, for the time being. Like I said, because it's opposite colored bishops, I can try and hold this, and I have a good chance, but it's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy. Because f7 is also so weak. But, I mean, d5, you probably have to commit to at some point. And then I just need to stop pawn to d6, right? That's the whole point. Okay, let's try and lock everything. Play kind of nothing moves. Okay, now he commits. Now this diagonal's blocked off. Yes, okay. This is working. This is working. Nice. Check. This should hold. This should hold. E5 is scary, to be fair. I think, like I said, I think it holds because I'm locking white's pawns on dark squares. So he's got this, but he's got no way to control the d8 square. He just can't do it. And these pawns are all very, very weak. Yeah, and I mean, now I can just take, and I'm happy to trade everything. That's not a problem. And you're going to win this pawn. I can't stop that, but it doesn't matter, because my bishop will just sacrifice itself for the pawn. And you can't do anything about it. And yeah, it's just a draw. Really well played from my opponent. Really, really well played. I do really struggle in those types of English positions. Although the computer does prefer black up until when? Up until here. Okay, b5 is not the move. So here it prefers c5. Oh, okay, yes, actually that makes a lot of sense. Okay, okay. Yeah, Clay, you played really, really well that game. Really, really well. A lot of pressure. Yeah, really impressive performance, to be fair. Made me really fight for that. That was very difficult. Very difficult. What's my peak rating? Online, I think it's about 2250. Something like that. I think that's in Blitz, though. Okay, okay. What challenges do we have? Let's go. Devraj. Devraj? 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 I don't know. Evan, I get it. You beat the Magnus bot. That's great. But, like, I'm not going to review the game because I'm playing with viewers, okay? Okay, we've got a Vienna. This is going to make a lot of people very happy, hopefully. The Dig World. How is it going, mate? How's it going? All right. We apply pressure to e5. If you guys know the Vienna, and you've seen the Vienna on my channel, and maybe you even play the Vienna, you know that this is the setup. This is the setup. And we already have potential traps that we're setting. We are setting traps, believe it or not. Yeah, my opponent isn't going for them. Oh, well, we had this in a recent video. We had this in a recent video, I'm sure. I'm sure we did. Can I remember, though? I don't think... Yeah, no, h3 is not playable. I think we just castle. I think we just castle. And if take... Devaraj. Devaraj. Oh, okay. Yeah, now we can take. Now we can take. If you guys have seen my videos, you'll probably recognize this pattern in the Vienna, right? Where now we can sack the bishop on f7 with check, and black can't touch the bishop. This is a really nice tactic, and I mean, I have literally had somebody rated, I think, 1900 over the board fall for this tactic in pretty much this exact position, which is crazy. Like, a 1900 classical chess over the board fell for this tactic. Nuts. I went on to win that game, I think, quite convincingly. I don't think he took the bishop. Point is, if you take the bishop, knight takes e5 comes with check. Right? So take here, king g8, take, take. And you can't take on c2 because queen to e6 would be checkmate. So, yeah, very, very nice. King moves, and then we'll just drop the bishop back and ensure c2 is well defended. You can take if you want, that's not a problem. If you take here, I'll just take. Again, that's not a problem. And we're up a clean pawn with a super strong bishop. Again, if you take, cool. I open up the A file, and you lost your best piece. And we're very happy. Black can't castle. The h8 rook sucks. The Vienna is so, so good. So, so good. If you're not playing it yet, you need to start playing it. Can we do this? I think we can play that. Bishop takes d1, knight takes d7 check. You can't even take back because of the pin. Yeah, that looks really good. I don't think I'm missing anything. Because no matter where the queen moves, you also have no checks because the knight is in the way. I can just take the bishop. And also the pin on the knight makes that even better. So, yeah. Yeah. Very, very nice. So, yeah, I mean, now we're up 2 pawns, which is beautiful. And like I said, if bishop takes f1, knight takes d7 check. If king to e8, we actually have knight takes f6 check. And then we can pick up the bishop on d1. A couple of in-between moves. And then, I mean, black is just completely busted in that position. Completely busted. So that's awesome. Yeah, king moves. We can take here with check. And we've got to be up like a piece and a couple pawns or something at the end of the line. And let's take. Yeah, we're up, what? A bishop and 2 pawns. 14 moves in a Vienna. That's great. That's great. Evan, bruv, I am going to just time you out because I think you know that you're being a bit ridiculous here. Sorry, Suja. It is like Viv, right? It is Viv. Okay. Knight back. I think we should just start pushing in the center. Yeah, A123. I'm not really sure what what Evan wants me to say there. Ojom, you're not wrong. I probably do need mods. I have no idea how to actually set that up because I don't stream that much, but hey, there's a lot of you watching. There's someone who doesn't really stream, which I'm very grateful for, but I also have none of the infrastructure in place. I'm not saying your name, but you can challenge you can challenge me by just my username or the link in the description. Makesir7. I'm very tempted by that offer. Very, very tempted. Suja. Yeah, I don't know who Viv is either, to be fair. No idea. No idea. Okay, let's set up some threats. Let's just take the bishop. Might as well. Give a check. Let's take the F file. Seems logical. What's the salary for the mod job? I don't know. You've got to do it for the love of the game, right? Like, if I give you money, then you're not doing it for the love of the game, are you? The whole point here was if knight takes, then I just have rook e1, and the king is too far away to guard it. Your ICT. We'll check out how I can help to moderate. Oh, I appreciate that, mate. I do need to get it sorted, though, to be fair. But, I don't know, it's not that difficult for me to just put someone in timeout if they're being annoying, right? Okay, GG. As I said, the Vienna is absolutely goated. Unbelievable opening. And yes, Viv, we will play. We will play. And yeah, he wants to play a Panov because that's what he's been practicing. But we're not going to give him a Panov. I'm not going to give him a Panov. We're going to play this, which is what I used to play against the Caro. And there's quite a lot of videos on my channel in this system. That is a move I've never seen because I don't think it's very good. Okay, he's just going to give me the pawn back straight away. Awesome. No issues. I am expecting this. In which case, I'll just go knight to c3. That's fine. Want to play against you? Yeah. Name is there. Name is there. It was a pleasure to play you too, Clay. What I played is a Reti setup. Wasn't very familiar with a queen side expansion from black. Yeah, I don't think the queenside expansion was a good idea, which probably also showcases the fact that I don't understand those Reti positions either. But yeah, no, it was a really interesting game. And it's definitely hard to convert those opposite-coloured bishop endgames. However, I do think that you may have had more luck if you maybe try to keep more of your pawns on the... I think I had the dark squared bishop. You probably should have tried to keep more of your pawns on light squares. Because you put all of them on dark squares, but it meant that I could just eat them all at the end. So I think it was probably a draw regardless, but it might have been a better way to do it. Viv is saying rematch. I don't know why he's saying rematch. He's saying that he misplayed the position, but I mean, doesn't matter. So I don't like the Scandinavian, not the Scandinavian opening. I don't. We'll watch the stream first. We will contact about moderating. Sure. Okay, now my opponent is going to expand, and I am also going to expand. How many hours per week do I train chess? What do people think? How many hours do people think I spend per week training chess? But also, what are we counting as training? What are we counting as training? This is also very scary, what my opponent's doing here. I'm not going to lie, this is really scary. I can't do that because of this. Okay, let's just go king b1. So king b1. This should be okay. Let's take with the c pawn. 2 hours a day. Good guess, good guess. Yeah, so a2 is defended, so that's all right. How should I do this? Let's go h5. If b4, I have knight to a4, blocking off the a file. Bishop a3. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's okay. Let's go g6. This is my idea. Does it work? I have no idea. This is a really weird position, but I think I can take. I think I can take h6. I think I can take here. Do I have knight to g5? Do I have this? Rook h6, pawn h6. I don't have any more checks. If I go queen to e7, knight to f6, guarding mate. Here. I think rook h6 is the way to go. Although maybe this immediately is better. Why? I don't know why he's offering a draw. I know I can take the bishop, but I don't want to. I don't want to. There's no need yet. Let's go queen e7. This is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool position, eh? This is a pretty cool position. Yeah, but now I have this. That's the problem. Wait, do I? Yeah, no, I do. Rook h6. If you take, then mate. And if king to g8, then I have queen to e6. And then rook f7 and takes. Yo, what a game! What a game. Okay, GG Viv. Oh my god. That is one of the best games I've played in a while. I don't think I'm actually winning here, though. Yeah, here I'm completely losing. But my opponent has to find this. Which isn't very natural to allow this. But the point is king h8, and I actually don't have any attacks. No, Viv isn't a 600 rated player, don't worry. He's not actually 600 rated. But h6 throws the game. Queen e7 is the only move. Oh, no, because I can't take... Wait, why can't I take? What's wrong with this? Oh, there's knight g7. I missed that. I thought that this, but then I was like, I'm completely winning, which I am. Oh, no, sorry, this even. Because of g7. That was my plan. Wow, that was an insane game. GG. GG, Viv. No, I basically don't train chess. I just do content, pretty much. There's a queen sack. Where is there a queen sack? Where is there a queen sack? HG6, queen e6, king here, queen e7 only move, take, rook h6. I don't think there's a queen sack anywhere, to be honest. Wow, yeah, that was an insane game. That was it's really difficult to deal with these queenside attacks, which is why I don't play this system anymore. Here, king b1 I don't think was particularly good. cb3, that's fine. h5 is fine. Okay, g6 is completely wrong though. Apparently h6 is the way to go. And then take. And then queen g3 for reasons I can't explain. So I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Crazy game. Crazy game. Let's jump into the next one. Let's go chess arc. Let's go. e4. Okay, the Alekhine. So I like to play this against the Alekhine. And then bishop to c4. This is basically a gambit, but it's a gambit that I really enjoy. The point is that take, bishop takes, I go d4, and you'll recognize this kind of structure from what I play against the Sicilian. I play this exact same structure. Let's go queen g4. This is not a good move, because you abandon the king's defense, and by getting rid of the knight on f6, and now the bishop, the king lacks defense, basically. Alekhine based. Got to admit, I would say the Alekhine's pretty based. Okay, well, that's just obviously a free pawn. Thank you. There's many positions, by the way, where the queen gets trapped after bishop to g5. Here, my opponent does have knight to e7, but there are positions where that happens. I think... Oh, wait. Can I do this? Oh, no, I have this. I have this. Yeah, that's good. And I mean, our bishops are just fantastic. Enjoy your workout, mate. Enjoy your workout. I did legs this morning, and it was really good. I did some jumping squats with a barbell. Like, I like 60 on it, and just doing some jumping squats, which I really enjoy as an exercise, and it's just really good for explosive power as well. So, recommend if you have not tried those before. They're really fun. Kind of messes up your traps though, because the barbell like scratches it a lot because you're jumping up and down, right? But I think it kind of looks cool, so I don't mind. Okay, and obviously you can't use a pad, because like if you're using a pad on the barbell, then just get out of there. Just get out of the gym, bruv. The only acceptable exercise to use that on is probably hip thrusts. I would say is the only acceptable exercise for it. That's my opinion. GNA, how's it going? Clay, damn, I need to learn this gambit to not be crushed like that. What's the name? Sorry, which gambit do you mean? Which gambit do you mean? What? F5 just can't be a move. It just can't be a move, can it? I refuse to believe you can play this. Let's just nab this pawn. Whatever. We'll go up a pawn. Was bishop h6 better? So the reason that I didn't play bishop to h6 is because I figured that my opponent just goes queen e7. Although, no, actually, I can take. Oh, yeah, what am I on about? I can just take. Whatever. It's fine. Mistakes happen. I can take. I can give a check. I think I'd rather give a check. Yeah, let's do this. You would do decent in chess boxing. Well, I do kickboxing, so probably, yeah. Probably. All right, let's just trade. And now the point is that you don't take on e7, so now I win the d6 pawn. That was the difference. Yeah, it is the 2 pawns attack. I really, really like it. Oh, the one I'm doing against the Alekhine. Yeah, I think A123 is correct with what it's called. It's really solid. I'm a big fan of it, and I have really good win rates in it. The computer calls it the 2 pawns Lasker variation against the Alekhine's defense. So, okay. Well, I suppose we can just get castled and whack a rook on e1. How often do I go to the gym? Every day. Every single day. I haven't had a day off in a very long time because I don't want to. So now we're up 2 pawns, and e6 is incredibly weak as well. Okay, yeah, you can go after this. I suppose I can just defend. Nice and simple. Okay, castle. Makes sense. Let's go knight to e5 to get a trade. No, no trade. Okay. No, that actually makes sense. It's a good move. It's a good move. Let's go h3. To be honest, that was probably an unnecessary move. No, I actually do need to take the call, but I'm going to finish this game first. And then I'm going to take the call, and then I'll come back. Okay, now I'll drop the bishop back, and now the rook can't get over because the bishop's in the way. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that is a very good bishop, but we can take here. Then deliver a check, and then take. Let's do this. Now let's do this. Now let's do this. Now let's push. And push. And push. And push. And push. And GG. Okay, I'm going to just go for like a minute or something to take a call, and then I will be back. So yeah, give me a sec. Okay, sorry about that. I probably will have to go again at some point to resume the conversation, but don't worry. Very good game with Chess Arc. And okay, let's go for the next one. Let's play Goose Orinoco. I think you've been here since the very start of the stream, if I'm correct. So, okay, let's play a Panov. Let's play a Panov. Okay, c4. Yep. And this, I would say, is probably one of the hardest lines to face with the black pieces. I used to really struggle against this. Okay, that's not good. Queen b3 is a problem. This bishop can't really afford to abandon the queen side too early. This is very, very dangerous. If this is played, I'm not sure whether we should do this or this, to to be honest. If here, queen takes check, king d8. Oh, no, I mean just bishop. Yeah, bishop here followed by this is game over. So yeah. If take, definitely bishop takes. And then that should be very good. Here, though, we can just go ahead and take on b7 by the looks of it. And this, to be honest, looks completely winning very quickly, which hopefully showcases why I love this system so much. Okay, now what should we do? Probably just take here. If rook b8, I always have queen a7 if I want it. And if take, then I'm just up, what, 2 pawns? Which should be fine. Should be very, very good. How strong are your legs? It's a very strangely worded question. I mean, I don't really know how to quantify that. Right, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Cool. I suppose we should probably just get developed at this point. We're up, what, 3 pawns right now. I should be okay with giving this away and just focus on getting the last of the development done, because now I'm only up 2 pawns, but, like, I need to just get the pieces out. Am I a kickboxer? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I'm pretty good at it. I'm pretty good at it. So now we're up 2 pawns. We need to finish our development with something like bishop e2 and castles, something along those lines. Yeah, I mean, my opponent can try and kick my queen around. That's not really too much of a problem, I don't think. So queen b7. If rook to b8, of course, I'm not going to repeat. I'm going to play something else. Maybe queen to a6. Maybe queen to c6. I'll wriggle my way out. That's fine. Toxodos, that is a fantastic response. Did you see the game between Barca and Inter? No, I actually haven't. But I did see the score, and yeah, that was pretty mental. I saw some of the Inter fans left early when they were going into the last minute, and then they tried to come back in after they scored, and they just wouldn't, like, these stewards wouldn't let them back in, which I thought was class, because how are you, like, leaving a Champions League semi-final early when your team is only 1 goal down? Like, that's an absolute joke. You should not be let back in for that. So, yeah, totally support that. Okay, where do I want to put the queen? Let's go to a4. Apply some general pressure. Okay. Let's go bishop e2. Yeah, let's go bishop e2. And now I can always come back to d1 if I want to. So like I said, the queen will always wriggle out. Never leave the game early. Yeah, agreed. I mean, I think I have... Have I left the game early? I think I have actually left 1 game early before. I went to watch Wolves play at the Molineux, which is the home ground for Wolves. And I think we were 4 or 5-0 down against Brighton in, like, the 80-something minute. So, like, at that point, I think it was like, okay, yeah, this is just, there's no point. We were playing so badly. That's the only time I've left a game early. But I feel like, 4 or 5 down going into the last couple minutes when your team is just not even doing anything, I think is fair. All right, let's put our pieces on some very nice squares, if we can. This rook is a little bit of a nuisance, but it's not the end of the world. Again, we are still up 2 pawns, which is great. Can we do that? I think so. This is pretty well defended. It looks very unorthodox, but it's well defended. Okay. Let's go bishop to f3. This is still very well defended. That's not a problem. d4 is less well defended, though. But we'll figure it out. We're also very much up on time, which is very useful, of course. Yeah, it's a very nice position. Okay, yeah. I suppose we can just go rook e to d1 and defend via x-ray and offer a trade. Be careful about this. Okay, that's fine. Let's offer a queen trade. Yeah, of course he can't accept that. Okay, how are we continuing? We'll start with g3 to give my king some breathing room. I think that's a good place to start. Let's go a4. Okay, now let's go d5. Let's take with the pawn. We want to shove the pawn right down black's throat. Here, queen here. Is that annoying? I think I can just go queen to c5. That should be okay. It's an interesting idea, though. I like this from black. He's creating good counterplay. All right, let's see then. What's the grand plan? Defending both threats. What's the grand plan? I used to play in goal myself, Viv, actually. And yeah, people don't show any respect for it. It's ridiculous. But now I think I can just push. I mean, it looks like black has an awful lot of pressure, but there's no immediate threat. There's no immediate threat. It's okay. Let's get promoted. The game isn't quite over. We still need to win this. Should try to be as accurate as possible. And I think queen e3 is the easiest way to do this. This is defended. This is defended. The bishop's under attack. The queen's under attack. And yeah, that should be game. And I mean, the variety of ways to win. Probably. I don't see an issue with this move. And okay, GG. I mean, there's no way to defend that. Okay. Very, very interesting game. And hopefully, yeah, I can show why I love the Panov attack so much. I mean, this bishop f5 line I know is not good because of queen b3. Which, to be fair, I only actually learned recently. And yeah, queen b7 is correct. Okay, taking is actually completely wrong, though. c5 is better. Which now I see it. It makes a lot of sense. But yeah, c5 is just better. And if e5, then maybe knight d5, but also c6. Okay. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Okay. Let's go Elbanan. I recently learned why Belgium is a country as well. Someone told me in the comments section of my last live because I was asking why it was a country because I didn't know. But now I do. Someone told me. So that's great. Okay, the Fianchetto defense is definitely a good line. It's very difficult to play against. I assume bishop c4. I assume... Oh, yeah, this is really annoying, to be honest. It's really annoying. Okay. Are you going to take? Wow. I had this in a normal blitz game the other day. And I think I went on to win the game. But it was a very strange game. Very strange game. I think it went this exact line. With something like knight a5, and I think I played bishop d5. Wait, can I not just take? Oh, is the idea knight a5 then? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's interesting. Okay, okay. No, that doesn't look right. Maybe bishop d5? e6, bishop e4 is fine, I assume. Bishop d5, I'm now threatening this. And also, this is defended. Yeah, I don't actually know how to play these systems, but it's quite interesting for black. It's kind of like a Grunfeld in some manners. It's definitely good, though. It's definitely good. It's a good option for black against the Panov. Yeah, e6, I just want to drop back. I think this is the way to go. f7 does look juicy, but I don't think it quite works. Oh, wow, I did not catch up on the chat. My bad. Did I see WrestleMania? No. Harrison, you're getting banned for liking the Albion. That's ridiculous. You should remember what happened last time. Yeah, can people not, like, beg for games, please? Okay, yeah, queen d7 is a move, sure. I was liking the look of bishop a3, just trying to suffocate the black position a bit. Yeah, it definitely does look like a Grunfeld. Definitely. Yeah, I don't do rapid games because I want as many people to play as we can have, right? Because that's what people are here for. If we play rapid games, then not as many people get to play. I want to go rook b3, but knight a5 is really annoying. Really, really annoying. How do I do this? What is the plan? What is the plan? Okay, let's just be a grandmaster and do this. This is how you be a grandmaster nowadays, right? Yeah, I wasn't too concerned about this. I mean, I can't really... Well, no, I can take. This is defended. Maybe I can. Rook b8. Well, I just drop back. That's kind of tempting. I think I can. I don't see black's threat. Yeah, now I take with the rook so that c3 is defended. The queen is under attack. f7's under attack. a7's under attack. This is game over. This is game over. Yeah, I don't actually know how black survives this. Maybe rook c7 is the only move. But now I suppose I can double up. Still can't take me. So let's say this. I mean, it's still basically game over, though. Right? Let's take. If queen takes, then rook b7. So rook takes. And then, I don't know, like... No, queen takes just loses on the spot. To rook b7, and if you take, then I'll take. Queen is kind of pinned to f7. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But... yeah, you need the rook to be able to come to c7. I think it's still winning, even if that happens. My plan was here, and queen a8. And I figured that because nothing can come to f8, that should be winning. Yeah, it still should be completely winning. That was my plan. I'll check it after the game, though. But yeah, this is a very legitimate line that my opponent is playing against the Caro-Kann. Very legitimate. But yeah, my opponent resigns. Let me just check here. So in rook takes, I was going to do this, and this, which, yeah, is completely winning. The point is, your rook is under attack, and you have no good way of defending it. And if you take, then you lose. That's the whole point, really. So, yeah, super interesting game. Really interesting game. I don't know about... So up to here, I know I'm doing very well. Rook b1 is good. Bishop here is not the best. Okay, it's better to drop the bishop back to e2. Oh, I assume to reroute it? But where does my queen go then? So let's say queen c7. Where does my queen go? What's bishop g5? Let's say e6. h4? I don't understand what my bishop's doing. Knight a5? Rook FC1. Bring the knight in. Okay, well then B7 hangs, right? Let's say, I don't know, B6. I suppose we just have sustained pressure. Very, very interesting. Yeah, unfortunately, I do have to go, though, guys. I have actually got some stuff to do. So, very sorry. I've got to get going, though. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you all. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And, yeah, I've just got to go. So, watch some of my other videos. They're all really good. That's about it. GG's to everybody that played me.